About that again, a season ending while a new one begins. It feels like Chapter 5 Season 4 just began, and now it's ending. The season was an absolute blast, so let's talk about that in this video. I'll be talking about 5 points that I think make or break a season: the loot pool, the map, the mechanics and features, the updates and events, and the battle pass and cosmetics. These points are what's going to make the season good or the season bad, so let's get into it right now. Is the most iffy part of the season, so it's kind of weird to start with, but we're going to do it anyway. The loot pool is a very fun one that went through lots of changes during the season. The two main problems of the loot pool were the Captain America shield and the hover jets. Especially at the start of the season, the shield was a big issue. Way too fast, way too high of damage, and on top of that, it pretty much auto-lucked. The shield really turned me off this season. If the season wouldn't have been so much fun otherwise, this item would have ruined the season for me and lots of other players. It did, in fact, ruin the season for lots of people. Now, they didn't nerf it, which was very good, but it was still a big issue. Now, the hover jets. These items are also very annoying and were never really fixed, even with Epic's continuous attempts to fix it, so they just removed it during those 4 nightmares. The main problem with these items, in my opinion anyway, was that you could barely hit the people using them. There's also a problem with people running away, so these items were just really annoying throughout the season, and again, really ruined it for a lot of people. For myself, I think it was annoying, but again, not enough to make this season bad. Both these items turned a lot of people off this season, but what about the rest of the loot pool? Well, we have some other superhero items like the War Machine items. On paper, these items seem really powerful. An item that locks on players that you don't even need to be currently holding, and a normal gun with rockets. It is a normal, okay, never mind. I don't know how else to explain this, so that'll have to do. These items are pretty balanced. The turret doesn't do that much damage, and the arsenal is pretty easy to counter with normal guns. During the season, we got Shuri's claws and the Iron Man items. The Shuri's claws are alright. They seem more fun in the trailer, but they're still cool. The Iron Man items are a little powerful and are really fun to use. Those are for the superhero items, which are really good for the most part. The normal loot pool is also really good. The hammer pump should have been vaulted, especially since the Sovereign shotgun got added, but that's pretty much the only bad part. This burst is really fun to use. I really like burst guns, and this is also really good. The Monarch pistol is another pretty good item. The dual micro SMGs are a little overpowered, but not too bad. That's really all I have to say for the loot pool. Very good for the most part, but has some bad eggs here and there. They did a really good job at balancing throughout the season, so overall, I think this loot pool was good. On to the map. The season had everything that Chapter 5 brought after Season 1. The map is very diverse with POIs and biomes, but still suffers from the same issue that has been present through the entire chapter. It's really bland. In color, I mean. The new POIs don't help that at all. Other than that, it's pretty good. The new POIs are really fun. Castle Doom and the Raft are my personal favorites. Castle Doom is huge, which makes it a really fun POI. It can make fights awkward and silly, but overall, it's a really good POI. The Raft is a really unique POI with the aesthetic and the way it looks. That carries over into the POI itself, which is very fun. Stat and Doom's Courtyard are very similar, and they're okay. Overall, the map is decent. The Chapter 5 map is really mediocre in general. Okay, I said in general twice there. It's not easy to have a good map. Nonetheless, the map has some fun POIs, but falls flat due to having a bad structure. Now, the mechanics and features of the season are where this season shines, is what I would like to say. But no, the mechanics and features of the season are pretty basic and are pretty much every other season in this chapter. Medallions. Medallions have been here every season this chapter, so surprise, surprise, they are here. The idea is simple: go kill a boss, get a medallion that stays in a separate inventory slot that gives you a passive effect. Some are better than others. The medallions this time around are actually really good in my opinion. I know a lot of people dislike the Mysterio medallion, which gives you invisibility every time you crouch. I actually like this one. The Doom medallion is probably my favorite, giving you Siphon. It's Siphon. What isn't there to love? The Emma Frost is also really good, giving you the ability to scan every once in a while. Very awesome medallions, but like I said, that's it for mechanics. You would think, being a superhero season, that there would be more superhero elements. But no, that's all. Anyways, you would think being a superhero season that there would be more superhero elements. But no. Anyways, that's that. Now the updates and event are where this season really shines. We had an LTM, an event, a live event, and just some really good consistent changes throughout the season. Day of Doom was a very fun LTM. I would say the Doom side was heavily favored, and whoever got that side was basically guaranteed to win. It was still a very fun LTM, and I'm very happy to see we not only got an LTM, we got a very fun one that played very well into the season theme. Fortnite Nightmares was also very good. I made an entire other video about that though, so check that out if you want to. There was also this Isle of Doom item, which I never got to use, so I have no opinion on it. The live event was awesome. The hype and cinematic was very cool, and getting to defeat Doom as a community was very unique. I enjoyed the season, and the updates really made it fun. It's always nice to have a season that isn't boring due to lack of updates. Now, the Battle Pass and cosmetics don't really make or break a season, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. The Battle Pass is very good. The only bad skin I would say is Emma Frost. Just just too basic for me. Other than that, an amazing battle pass. There are plenty of great skins this season, like the Incredibles and Iron Spider. The amount of skins we got this season was crazy, and I hope we get this many skins in future seasons. Now that we have covered all grounds, what are my thoughts on this season? It's awesome, amazing even. While there were problems mostly with balancing, it was still a blast to play. The Day of Doom LTM had some of the best moments of the chapter and was lots of fun. The superhero items, while a little broken, were tons of fun. The season, while flawed, is just lots of fun. It's not perfect, it's not perfectly balanced either, but it's the most fun I've had this chapter. This is a season I will remember later down the line, and while I know the community has other thoughts on the season than me, I have a feeling they will too. I love this season so much, I just can't stress that enough, and with all that, I will be giving this season a 9 out of 10. That's about it. So if you like this video, like it, and if you want to see more by me, please subscribe, and yeah, that is about it. So goodbye.